you ready?
What's happening, everybody? Justin here alongside Lewis. Welcome once again to Nap Reacts. We have another incredible episode for you this week as we are checking out Kamen Rider Henshin and Finisher Part 3. That's 1, 2, 3 by Slasher21. Yeah. Gotta love this guy. Or that guy right there. A little,
me.
Yeah, there you go. a little bit of a change up in the lineup this week. Yadi is unfortunately indisposed, so he was not able to make it, but Lewis was good enough to grace us with his presence. And we're going to be checking out some more Tokusatsu reactions, and and it's always fun. We did the whole Power Rangers thing, and now we're looking into another incredible creation by the legendary Shotaro Ishinomori.
And I just want to say one thing. If listen, apparently a lot of people don't like how I react to things.
To be fair, most people were cool about it, and they pointed out, and I get it. Fair enough. The one particular transformation that we reacted to for Dawn Brothers wasn't the best one to react to, and based on the feedback we've been getting, while some of it's been, I not necessarily agree with your reaction to that particular one, or the what was it, the thief versus police one, with and it's understandable. I don't expect everybody to agree with our initial take on these, but some of the feedback that we've been getting is give it a fair shot. Check out the stories. The stories are surprisingly good, and so with some of them they get actually surprisingly dark. With the what was it, the thief versus the police one gets a fair bit dark. And apparently the Dawn Brothers story is particularly good. And so they're kind of urging us to check them out. And I, for one, plan on checking them out, because it's like, I had this weird, I wasn't sure about the one, I think it was Geki Ranger, which was one of the earlier ones that I had checked out when I first really got into Super Sentai after watching Ju Ranger, after I'd figured that whole thing out. And I'm like, this is kind of goofy, but then it started to grow on me, and then the story, maybe 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through, kind of started to take a bit of a serious turn, which I'm like, okay, This is interesting. And so it got, I wouldn't say it was a bad story starting out, but it was just it was goofy, it was lighthearted and what have you, and then it started to get more serious, but the story as a whole was really good.
No, and I completely understand that. And what I was about to say was that my reactions are for just to try to be funny. It has nothing to do with the story. It has nothing to do with anything. We were reacting to transformations and yeah. So if I say anything and it's you don't find funny, it's just my sense of humor, guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That our particular sense of humor is not going to connect with everybody, and that's fine. Everybody, opinions vary, as they say, and that's the thing. And another thing, again, to be fair, we're reacting based on, I know a little bit more about it than you and Yadi do. So your reaction is based solely on what you're seeing in the moment, and that's it. So once and therein lies the entire point. Most people understand, or smart enough to understand, that once we start digging into the story, the proper story, and actually watching the episodes, initial opinions can change, and oftentimes do.
And if you want to know what we're talking about, make sure that you go on to the Super Sentai reaction, part 5?
That was part 5, yeah.
So make sure that, obviously check all of them out, because at the end of the day, I still have to try to do the same sense of humor on all of them. Just that one kind of pushed me, and I kept pushing it. I didn't stop. So if you want to see why people were outraged about it, just watch that one. And tell me if you agree.
Well, I mean, that's Super Sentai fans are gonna they're gonna have their opinions, and that's fine. Like I appreciate everybody that that gives their opinion, even if it doesn't match with my own or or our own. I like getting other people's input. We like that conversation. Just don't be an outright asshole for the sake of it, because there were a few that were on there that's just like, no, just, you can disagree with us, just don't be a dick.
But at the same time, they were thinking I was being a dick, so I understand why they were like that. But I chose the high road and I didn't say anything back. So love you guys, all love.
Absolutely. Ending the pregame real quick, this video, as always, was suggested by Discord user Genom9119 over in our Discord community. So massive shout out to that guy. You can also suggest us videos to react to as well down in the comment section below. But more often than not, we are on Discord checking that out. So you can join us there and give us some video suggestions and whatnot, and hang out with the community and what have you. So yeah, I actually kind of took away a bit of the pre-roll. So getting back into it, before we get into the main event, we're going to go ahead and pass it off to intern Steve for our pre-roll. So do it.
Hey there, nerds! Intern Steve here. Before we get into this week's video, as always, since we cannot monetize these reactions, direct support, while not required, is greatly appreciated. Head on over to patreon.com/thenerdarchive. For as little as $1 a month after a 7-day free trial, you get access to all sorts of cool perks, starting with access to our special hidden section on Discord called Sector Zero, where some of our Patreon rewards are fulfilled. $5 a month gets you 1 week early access to all of our recorded content, including Nap Reacts. Also, new perks, tiers, and merch are always being considered. So head over and check it out, see what's on offer, and lend your support if you wish. As always, links to the original videos will be in the description below, so pause this, head on over, and give them a watch, and a like if you haven't already, then come back and do the same for us.
And thank you, Steve. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the action and make it happen.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the kisser.
Ain't over yet.
Got Black Panther.
Looks like he's got a horn on the front of his head, though.
Black Rhino.
Could be.
Oh man, there goes the horn.
Yeah, right.
Now it's Black Panther. Oh, he blew the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. All right. So that was Kamen Rider Kuuga from the year 2000. Yusuke Godai finds an ancient artifact that allows him to transform into Kamen Rider Kuuga to battle the Grongi forces, while deciphering the relationship between Kuuga, geez, nerds don't words good, folks. This was the, between Kuuga and the Grongi. This was the first Kamen Rider series in 11 years and the start of the Heisei Kamen Rider series of shows. And so, yeah, it was the last series that actually aired, because I think it was Kamen Rider Black RX was the last one, and then it was just like a trio of movies, and then that was that until 2000. So, what are your thoughts?
I like the fighting scene. It was more of give me more boxing style than martial arts.
Oh yeah,
It was more
yeah,
like combos. I liked it.
absolutely.
And I like the whole aura that he's got up going on. Suit is pretty cool. It reminds me of Beetleborgs.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because Beetleborgs was based on another Japanese property.
Right.
Yeah, we actually did talk about that in one of our Sentai reactions. So,
Mhm.
oh yeah. And this one and the next two, you can tell, are like more akin to some of the stuff that we saw in past episodes for Kamen Rider, because they're based on stuff that Ishinomori was actually still working on before he passed.
Got it.
And so I think it was I don't recall offhand, I think it was 1998 or somewhere around there when he passed. And so like we never really got to see these until they actually aired in the early 2000s. So if he had lived, then we probably would have gotten to see these in like.
Was he young when he passed?
I don't recall his age. I'll have to look it up, and I'll throw it in as an annotation, because we did talk about his passing briefly, because it was one of the last things that he worked on was designs for these next 3 series before he wound up passing.
Got it. Makes sense.
Oh yeah. All right. And moving on.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now we got Jaguar Man.
Yep.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
He flew the fuck off. Yo, kicked him so hard it created a galaxy over his head and blew him up.
Yeah, right?
Damn.
Yep. Right through his shield. Oh my god.
I can't.
Oops. Yeah, that.
Can we get a replay? Give me a replay because.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was great.
Yeah. Oh man, that the way he died before his explosion. I know it's probably not intended to be comical, but come on.
I feel like there's no way that it wasn't intended to be comical. There's no way that was not intended to be comical. That was funny.
That absolutely was.
That was a choice. Here's the thing. There was 2 choices made that day. The actor doing it and the editor leaving it.
Pretty much. I wonder how many takes that of that fight scene had to go before the director and the editor was like, nah, screw it. We're gonna go with this. We'll leave it.
Or it could have been the first time and the director's like, gold cut. That's a wrap.
Yeah, right? Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. All right, so that was Kamen Rider Agito from 2001. This was the first series to feature more than one Kamen Rider as the main character at the same time. Shoichi Tsugami has lost his memories. He lives with a foster family and fights against the unknown as Kamen Rider Agito. Looking for the origin of his power and his lost memories, the series follows Kamen Rider Agito, G3, and Gills, who deal with the unknown and learn the true nature behind Agito. So, aside from the possibly unintentionally comical
death scene,
what are your thoughts?
His suit reminds me of when Tommy Oliver turned into the Black Ranger. You got that, like, the black and gold. I was actually watching a top 10 Tommy Oliver moments on TikTok today, and that was one when he was fighting his clone robot, and he was transforming into different suits that he had. He had the Master Morpher.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. I saw that one as well. I think maybe not the top 10 video that you were seeing, but I've seen several different instances of that particular scene, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that one, and the other one that was on there was when he's in a coma, and he's in his own brain fighting his demons, and he fights the White Ranger and he fights the Green Ranger.
Oh yeah, because he also fights the Red Zeo Ranger as well. So a lot of his past selves. The only one that wasn't there at the time was the Red Turbo Ranger, which he was. But
yeah, I wonder why they didn't choose to do that. Maybe they just probably they want to do 2 Red Rangers.
Well, there's that. Plus, Turbo, especially after the second half of the season when the original cast left, the populator really wasn't there as much as Zeo was. Plus, and it just kind of, I think for some people kind of went down a bit further after the cast moved on. Oh, fun fact, I'm not sure if you were aware of this, but before the final decision of the cast change was made, it was actually stated by Catherine Hillard that Johnny Young Bosch was actually supposed to be the one that took over as the Red Turbo Ranger.
Who?
Johnny Young Bosch.
Just who the fuck is that?
He played the Green Zeo Ranger and the So he was growing and that was the reason he was growing his hair out.
Got it. Oh, he's so skinny. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah. No worries.
But he's the Black Ranger.
Yep. He was he was the season
Mighty Morphin movie.
Yep. He was the Green Zeo Ranger, and I think he was the Green Turbo Ranger as well.
That's fun.
It's an interesting one. All right. So, any further thoughts on this one before we
No, but now I'm going into a rabbit hole here, and this motherfucker has done so many voiceovers, like on The Devil May Cry and Demon Slayer. Like, I thought he was done. He was actually Broly in Sparking Zero.
He also took over as Broly after they got rid of the guy before him. I'm not going to get into that whole controversy because that's why I don't. That's why whenever anybody suggests an anime, it's on Crunchyroll. No, I will not fucking sub to Crunchyroll. And if I do watch Dragon Ball, it's going to be the sub. Yeah. It used to be Fuck Funimation, but they bought out and merged with Crunchyroll, and now they're calling themselves Crunchyroll now. So fuck Crunchyroll. All right.
Sucks to be them.
Yeah, pretty much. Okie doke. Well, on that note, moving on. Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm sorry. I just keep looking at the list of things that he's done.
No, I got you there, man. No big worries. All right. And moving on.
Henshin!
Oh, it's Dragon Ball GT.
My ass is on fire. Okay, I pause it for a little bit just to point out, why would you turn around like that? You're gonna die. Just face it. Instead of just turning around and having the fire go up your butt.
Because he was hoping it was a dragon, not the fire. And you cannot tell me that attack did not come from Dragon Ball. That's Dragon Fist. Goku's Dragon Fist.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there's most likely some inspiration there.
Yeah.
All right, back to it.
He's got titties. Was that The Rock as the Scorpion King?
Maybe. Okay. So that was Kamen Rider Ryuki from 2002. Shinji Kido, a reporter, finds his way into a parallel world that exists within the reflective surfaces. So that's why she, like, when you see her looking into mirrors,
I saw that.
Mirrors, windows, and what have you, they're basically fighting in an alternate dimension. In this parallel world, Shinji forms a contract with a creature known as a mirror monster, allowing him to transform into Ryuki and join a tournament with 12 other Kamen Riders who are fighting to be granted a single wish. Yeah. I know. I know that look, and it's just like, yep, Dragon Ball.
Tournament of Power. I mean, the Tournament of Power obviously is years after this, but
right. So it's like you have a series that seems like it kind of takes some loose inspiration from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and then in turn they kind of do their own thing, and then it seems like it's like the basis for what the Tournament of Power would become in Dragon Ball Super.
Right. It's like, yeah, you explain it so great. That's my favorite so far.
Okay.
Not the suits. I like the second suit first, or better, but the whole Dragon Fist and Dragon Kick, and the dragon in the butthole. It was great. It was great. No pun intended, but I enjoyed it. That's great.
Do the thing.
The Arar.
There you go.
The masks look like you can throw some burgers on it and cook them. Look like a grill, but it is. That's it.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
I got you.
I loved it.
Well, I mean,
plus he had titties.
Well, obviously, like I said in before we started this, these first three seasons were kind of based on earlier designs from Ishinomori before his passing, and so like you could see like a lot more of his design philosophy in these first three seasons,
right?
And so like you see more of the modern, like you see a lot more of the modern stuff in some of the other riders within this same season, and then of course in successive seasons as well.
Right.
And so like the other one that you saw, that showed up very briefly was just known as Kamen Rider Night, and so you'll see some of the other ones, and it's like their transformation sequences are relatively the same, using cards and whatnot for transformations, attacks, and what have you. And the early to mid 2000s like CG and whatnot, like obviously with this particular fight and the 8-legged scorpion style creature that wound up taking that final attack,
Scorpion King,
heavily heavily into like CG for that, which I mean you can tell
it was the exact same CG.
It seemed like it, yeah. All right. Shall we move on?
We shall.
Okie doke.
またこれかよ。変身。
A lot of steps for an attack. A lot of steps for everything, but
Yeah. Cancelled.
yeah.
Cancelled.
Oh yeah.
Lightsaber.
Sort of.
Amazing. Cancel.
Oh yeah. All right. That was Kamen Rider Faiz from 2003, a strange new form of humanity known as the Orphanok, who are people who have been mysteriously brought back to life, begin to appear in Kyushu. A young man, Takumi Inui, crosses paths with Mari Sonoda, who is being chased by an Orphanok enforcer of the Smart Brain organization, and he uses the device she stole from them to transform into Kamen Rider Faiz. Inui is unwittingly drafted into the fight against Smart Brain, who are trying to eliminate mankind in favor of the Orphanok race, along with a group of rogue Orphanok and 2 other Kamen Riders who see Faiz as their enemy. So what are your thoughts?
Brilliant. It's just brilliant. Like this dude was great. Listen. These people need to become a little bit more efficient, because why are taking so long to attack? I feel like the villains want to lose because they're not even attacking until they see all that.
It's like generally how a lot of these tokusatsu shows are written.
Oh, 100%.
Some of these sequences like take a little bit too long for some people's liking, and I get it. It's like he could have shortened it a little bit, but it's just like he doesn't generally carry it around with him all of the time until I think a little ways through the series, because this is one of the few Heisei Rider series that I've actually seen all the way through. And it's like, for a lot of it, it's like he hates the fact that he's been drug into this. But then as the story evolves, like the characters that you see throughout the series are a lot more intertwined than any of them initially realize. Like there's a huge revelation, like 3/4 of the way, I think, through the series that changes a lot of things, and they explore it as well in the movie, which is separate from the series. This is another thing that you see. I think from Agito on, there's always a movie that goes with the series, but isn't technically connected to the series canon. And so, to be honest, you see, like seeing some of these movies that I have seen, it makes you wonder, like, there's a huge difference in the production quality between the movie and the series. And it's just like, why couldn't they put that production quality into the series? But I get it, budget things and all that stuff.
Yeah, no. Now they're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Now they realize that people want to watch series more than go to the movie theater.
Yeah, true enough. All right. What else you got?
Brilliant. That's it. It was great.
Absolutely. All right. Moving on.
Oh, I'm already going to love this one. Gambit. Yu-Gi-Oh!
A little bit.
Wolvie. Nice.
Yep.
God damn.
He didn't get all that one.
He's just happy to see him.
What kind of explosion was that?
Yeah. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon had a baby.
Yeah, right?
You gotta catch them all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's something I want to point out, like that, when they showed the images of the cards after he swiped them and to combine their powers, that running animation from that one card was just like goofy as shit. But
it was still better than the Flash movie.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And especially when you consider this came out 20 years prior.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, Warner Brothers, get it together.
I just hope that they bring what they did with the CW, because that one, they actually compared. That one's better.
Well,
he knew what he was doing with his limb on this one, at least.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. All right. So that was Kamen Rider Blade from 2004. Kazuma Kenzaki is hired by the mysterious Board organization to combat the undead, a series of 52 creatures who 10,000 years ago fought between each other in what was known as the Battle Royale to determine the dominant species on Earth. They were all sealed away by an undead known as the Joker until archaeologists in the present day undo the seal. As Kamen Rider Blade, Kazuma must end the new Battle Royale by sealing away the undead once more, cementing humanity as the dominant species, and is joined by 3 other Kamen Riders in that fight. Now, the one that you saw other than Blade was Joker. So, what are your thoughts?
There's a lot to unpack. There is a lot to unpack. First of all, it's like they heard me when I said they need to be more efficient. And the transformation is literally throws the card and then he runs through it and then he's transformed. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Easy. I love why is it that my two favorites have to do with two cartoons? Wow. Anime that I grew up watching. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball. And then this one gave me Pokemon vibes when he just threw the cards at their chest and caught them.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole vibe of it is just crazy. It's like the way that they thought of everything on that one. It's like, hey, listen, I'm just going to use a card and this card's going to give me an attack. So it was great. Brilliant.
And what's cool about this is the cards are used for more than just attacks. So like throughout the series, you'll see that these some of these cards also give forms and abilities to the characters, and so like you get like an upgraded form for like Blade and one of the other characters, plus a final super form towards the latter third of the series itself, which that's actually another one that we're going to check out is augmented forms or final super forms of the main riders. As we get through everything, we're going to be doing pretty much all the riders. I wanted to stick with just the primary ones for this one because otherwise this would have taken 10 parts, because there are some that have so many different characters, so many riders that Ryuki specifically had 12.
Jesus.
Just on that one. And there was others that had almost as many or just as many as that one did. It gets pretty crazy. And then of course some of the movies even introduce new riders. They only appear in that specific movie, but still it's that's just additional characters that that show up, that is even more stuff to to check out and discuss. And on that note, moving on.
So hot.
Yeah. Literally.
Flame on. He's going Super Saiyan. Bro, he told you to run, dude.
Yeah.
And that's how Spider-Man was born. This is today's Spider-Man got conceived. He blew the fuck up.
Okay. So there was a little bit too much lens flare in that for my liking, but otherwise I like the look of the suit.
Do what you need to do, and then I'll...
I gotcha. So that was Kamen Rider Hibiki from 2005. Throughout Japanese history, there have been people who undergo intense training to use the purity of sound to transform into beings known as Oni to battle monstrous creatures known as the Makamo. Asumu Adachi, a student ready to transfer into high school, is unsure as to how he should proceed in his life when he meets a man only known as Hibiki, one of the Oni. Hibiki takes Asumu under his wing and trains him in the way of the Oni to fight against the Makamo, joining fellow Oni Ibuki, Todoroki, and Zanki and their apprentices. What are your thoughts?
It's hard to comment on a scene that they used the exact same scene over and over again, because the transformation was cool.
Oh yeah.
He like went Super Saiyan and all of a sudden he transformed into like Beetleborg. But I thought it was cool. However, the drums, that was awesome. The scene editing, tell me you want to save money without telling me you want to save money. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, what's weird is
they shot one scene and reused it.
Yeah, it seems like it. And this is the weird thing, is they had actually given them a bigger budget initially for this season after, the popularity was for Kamen Rider was steadily growing as each season kept going. And so the showrunner for this season wanted to do a bit more. And I mean, obviously, it's difficult to tell basically, because obviously when you compare the CG in that from this to what we have now, it's obviously night and day. But for what they had then, it was pretty good. But I guess they wound up being like budget constraints and whatnot. And it kind of, the weird thing was, it's like the showrunner didn't want to drop the quality, wanted to keep going the way he was going to, and then they wound up getting rid of him, and so the story and the quality and whatnot kind of wound up, in a lot of people's eyes, taking a bit of a nosedive. And so the popularity of this season kind of went down a little bit. I haven't seen the full season. I've seen like the first 15, 20 episodes or so, but I haven't had the chance to finish it. So I haven't really seen where the drop is yet. And so, yeah, but yeah, I know I like the look of the suits. The transformation was good. The fight scenes are usually pretty good. The lens flare, though, especially in that scene, is kind of a bit much. But
yeah, I do think that $1 million idea.
Oh, actually, something I forgot to mention when we reacted to the third season of Kamen Rider, which is Ryuki, actually got adapted into an American version called Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, which I've seen a few episodes of.
Not the same.
No, uninteresting to me, and it's just like, eh.
It should have just done a crossover with Power Rangers and call it a day.
Well, is what it is. But yeah, no, I think there is a service that streams that stuff, but I don't think it's available in the US. I'm not entirely sure. I don't recall offhand what it is.
Well, that doesn't do me any good.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why we sail the high seas, because and that's the thing. Oh yeah, pretty much. No, let me do it the way you do. Arr. Matey. Now, but honestly, like, if there's a legitimate option as far as like a streaming service to watch this that is available in the US, I'd like to know about it, because then I would turn to that to watch this stuff rather than pirating it, because I want to be able to support this stuff, you know?
Right.
Make it official. Is what it is. All right. That being said, moving on.
Henshin.
This one I like.
Cast off.クロックアップしたライダーフォーム。人間をはるかに超えるスピードで活動することができるのだ。
Damn, he bitch slap him.
Oh, yeah.
Rock over.
One, two, three.
ライダーキック。
Rider kick.
Why you kick the zebra like that, dude?
Yeah. That was one of my early favorites when I started going back through the seasons for Kamen Rider.
It looks good.
Oh, yeah. That was Kamen Rider Kabuto from 2006. Soji Tendo has been training his entire life to be the recipient of a device known as the Kabuto Zector that allows him to transform into Kamen Rider Kabuto. The Zect organization initially developed the technology to combat the aliens known as the Worms, who came to Earth on a meteor that struck in Shibuya in 1999.
Shibuya!
But have been hiding in plain sight ever since. He uses his powers to protect Hiyori Kusakabe from the Worms, but has to deal with Zect officers trying to regain the Kabuto Zector from him. He befriends Zect agent and Hiyori's co-worker Arata Kagami, who is the first person to know his identity as Kabuto, and combats Zect's other affiliated rogue Kamen Riders, all the while dealing with the Worm menace. So what are your thoughts?
First of all, his name is the name of a Pokemon, Kabuto,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
in the original Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
I like this one. The first, when he starts transforming, before everything, like that extra armor he has leaves, or the cocoon, the mask or the helmet looks very Gundam-like with
It does.
the top part.
Yep.
I kept looking at it. I was like, what does that remind me of?
Uh-huh.
And then it hit me. Gundam.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a slight resemblance in that respect, yes. On the helmet, at least.
Yeah. And once it all departed, it didn't look like that anymore. It looks like a beetle. It actually looks like a beetle. That's great.
A lot of the riders that you'll see like over the years are kind of based around different insects, with the initial ones from the early to mid 70s being like grasshopper types and whatnot, and then, you know, changing the themes and what have you. And then you get to see a lot more themed stuff, especially with the Heisei riders in like the early to mid 2000s. And then it kind of gets a bit more out there with some of the other ones. And it's going to be an interesting one to see like your reactions to how the series and the characters evolve through each season.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. All right. Any further thoughts on this one before we move on to the next?
No, sir.
Cool. All right. Moving on. I believe this is the last one for this part.
変身
Why is he so sad?
来た 俺参上 行くぜ 俺の必殺技ハート2
Blew the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Criticize.
俺の必殺技ハート2
Got him for good that time. That was Kamen Rider Den-O from 2007. Ryotaro Nogami is a young man with incredibly bad luck who one day is possessed by a mysterious creature known as an Imagine and discovers the Rider Pass, a device that enables him to transform into Kamen Rider Den-O. When the Rider Pass's owner, Hana, approaches him, they are attacked by another Imagine, one who comes from a possible future to 2007, who grants wishes to weak-willed humans in order to go back further in time to change the past to favor the Imagine's own future. Hana has Ryotaro transform, and the Imagine who possessed him takes pity on him and offers to take over his body and fight in his place. Ryotaro joins Hana, the Imagine Momotaros, who was the guy that was on the train before you saw him disappear, and the crew of the Den liner, which soon includes other Imagine who open contracts with Ryotaro to protect the flow of time so the future of humanity remains as the one true future.
He was so sad. He was like, hunsing.
Oh yeah. Well, like the description says, he's constantly got like incredibly bad luck. And so he's just like, he's always been kind of like timid in that respect and whatnot. And so that's like something that you'll see like throughout the series.
Right.
And so the other characters that help him throughout the series wind up possessing him as he transforms in order to fight for him. But as his character evolves and things start to progress and he winds up changing, and then as he gains new forms and whatnot, he winds up at some point fighting for himself as well.
That makes a lot of sense. Like my initial thought was like, damn, he is super sad or no energy whatsoever. But then it makes sense when you explain it. Like he's had so much bad luck that he's like, whatever.
This season actually became like one of, and is still to this day, like one of the more popular seasons in the entire franchise. Like for years, the characters would appear in other series. You would have, especially that version of Den-O would be going around different places. He would appear in other like Kamen Rider series and what have you, and like he was always like a really, really popular character, like no matter what.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it looked cool as fuck. Like his costume was, his uniform was cool, and the whole train thing, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Out of nowhere, left field.
Oh, absolutely, and it's a whole time travel thing. So that whole thing is a time machine, so to speak. So,
and I love any time traveling extravaganza.
Oh yeah. Well, there's one about 2 seasons down the road, which we'll see in part 4, that deals with traveling between realities.
Nice.
Which is going to be another, which is going to be a good one. It was that season is literally how I got my start in Kamen Rider in the first place. I started with that season, watched it the whole way through, and like even though I was confused with some of what was going on, I'm like, let me go back and see some of these other seasons because I'm not going to spoil too much of it, but other like Kamen Riders from previous seasons make appearances in this series that I'm describing. And so I'm like, who are these characters? And like, I was kind of confused, but still like enthused about like going through and watching this season and getting to the end of it. And, you know, seeing how the journey of this character and his companions and what have you, which was like super, super cool. And
that makes sense.
Oh yeah. And then I wound up going back and just started watching some of the other ones. I haven't finished a lot of them, but having a lot of fun with what I've seen so far.
Hell yeah.
And I think you guys would too. But I mean, there's a shit ton to get through. But, you know, I will say in your own time.
Yeah.
No. And like, if there's anything particular that you want to like talk about that we can dedicate an episode to or what have you, you know, honestly, I think the audience would really enjoy that. So, all right. So based on what we've seen thus far, how are we looking? What are your thoughts, man?
I had my favorites and I had some that weren't, but they weren't bad. I almost did it. like that CG Super Sentai.
No, I get it.
That marked me for life. I still have dreams about it. Like Mr. Bunny Slender Man Ranger looking. I digress.
No, I get it. It's fair to say that, you know, that like it's difficult to kind of get past that in particular when we haven't seen the series yet. Right. So, you know, worry not. That'll be down the road. So save the comments because it will happen.
Save the eventually. Hate. It's just I'm just being funny. I really don't hate it. I do hate it. It's fine. But I digress. The point is that out of this batch of React, I didn't have one that pushed me to that limit. I think the worst thing I saw was the grill on the face.
Oh, for Ryuki.
Yeah.
No, I get it. But, I get it. It's based, like I said, it's based on earlier designs that were, I think, meant at that time for an earlier point in the history of the franchise. But, you know, the death of the original creator kind of pushed that back and kind of put it on a little bit more of a hiatus than I guess anybody initially thought. And so we wound up getting those several years later.
Which I understand. It makes complete sense. And someone came up with it and they're like, this looks dope.
Oh, no doubt. So that being said, since that stood out as your least favorite, while not bad by design, which one or ones stood out as especially good to you?
Terrible with the names, but the second one we saw reminds me a lot of Tommy as Black Ranger.
Yes, that was Agito.
Yeah, and then the Beetle one that at first it looked like Gundam. That one's Kabuto. Nice. Oh, then the one that had the titties too. That one's
nice. I think that was also Ryuki.
I think so. I was like, damn, dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
good for you.
Well, again, they're being based on like older design, somewhat older design philosophy. So you can see like elements of Ishinomori's like original style and whatnot, kind of carrying over into these seasons and whatnot. But then, of course, as they ran through these ideas, they wound up having to come up with more of their own stuff, and so you started seeing more of the modernized designs.
Which, how can I forget the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball version? That one was great. Blade. Oh, and then it's Blade.
Yep. A little bit of Marvel thrown in there for good measure.
Yeah, it's like Blade, which could be Beyblade. Also, it just, it was a sword.
Card does spin when he throws it, and,
Yeah, exactly.
We're reaching at this point, but.
Yeah, no. But that one was good. I like that one a lot. Actually, as a whole, the dragon went into it too. But as a whole series, or the one with the cards, that one was my favorite.
Well, with that being said, that'll just about do it for this week's episode of Nap Reacts. Nerds Don't Words Good again. We hope you enjoyed this bit of content as much as we did bringing it to you. If you did, smack that like button as hard as you can with conviction, just like that. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Next time on Nap Reacts, we'll be checking out Random CSGO Bullshittery Part 7 by Soviet Womble, so do look forward to that. Follow us on all of our social platforms through the links in the description. The Linktree is your one-stop shop for everywhere we operate, including our Patreon, as well as our Discord community, which you will thoroughly enjoy. It is absolutely free to join, so stop by, shoot the breeze, play some games, and hang out with nerds just like you. Boil it all down, what can they do, Lewis?
They can click all the things.
Absolutely, that they can. You heard the Dragon Ball Z announcer guy. Click all the things and join our incredible community. We look forward to seeing you there. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get the hell out of here. For Lewis, this is Justin. Thanks again for watching Nap Reacts, and we will see you, all of you. I missed the microphone on that one. All of you in the next episode.
This motherfucker! Infinite void! Ha! I hope you like brain damage, Cupcake!
Bye!